Evacuation. More than 100,000 men, women, and children, all of Japanese ancestry, removed from their homes in the Pacific Coast states to wartime communities established in out-of-the-way places. 2/3 of the evacuees are American citizens by right of birth. The rest are their Japanese-born parents and grandparents. The people are not under suspicion. They are not prisoners. They are not internees. They are merely dislocated people. The relocation centers are supervised by the War Relocation Authority, which assumed responsibility for the people after they had been evacuated and cared for temporarily by the Army. A relocation center, housing from 7,000 to 18,000 people. The entire community bounded by a wire fence and guarded by military police, symbols of the military nature of the evacuation.
Manzanar was one of 10 internment camps for people of Japanese ancestry during World War II. More than 120,000 people of Japanese descent were taken from their homes and put in these camps. About 2/3 of those people were American citizens. Manzanar was made part of the Park Service in 1992. And around 1996, they began excavating a lot of the remains that were buried under decades of sand. So this is Merritt Park. It's one of the larger, more lavish parks that were created by internees. This one encompassed about 1.5 acres. This park had actually been buried under several feet of sand. And in 2008, the Park Service, along with internees, family members, came back and dug out the whole park and recreated a couple of the beautiful bridges that are here. It's really, it's kind of amazing to think that people who were illegally locked up created an oasis like this. The visitor center here actually has some really neat exhibits, and it's free, so you should definitely stop by if you can. They're told from the point of view of the Japanese who actually were interred here, so they're really interesting. There was absolutely no privacy in these camps. There were 8 people assigned per barracks room, and if you didn't have 8 people in your family, you just had random people assigned to your room. And you can guess, with 10,000 people here at this camp, the diversity that was here. So who knew who you would get? There was even less privacy in the latrines. When you see the foundations for the latrines, you see those round marks left by the toilets that were placed literally like a foot apart from each other with no partitions or anything. So young and old alike, you just had to sit down and do your business right next to complete strangers. And the showers were no different. There were no partitions in the showers or anything. The only original buildings from Manzanar are the guard sentry posts and the auditorium. And this land, before it was turned into the Park Service, was owned by Inyo County, and the auditorium was used as a garage for their road crews. It's now been turned into a wonderful museum, and they've reconstructed a couple of the Tarpaper Barracks, which has some really interesting exhibits in them as well. They've also reconstructed one of the guard towers, which is truly the most ominous piece here. This is the cemetery. 150 people died while being interred here. However, today, only 6 graves remain. The vast majority of people wanted the remains of their loved ones moved after the war, so they were moved. The inscription on the front of the tower reads, "Soul Consoling Tower," and it was constructed with donations from internees.